Of course, the moment I'm about to start recording, someone who's napping in the back seat wakes up. Hi, Benj. At least he's happy. Anyway, it's been a few days. It's been a little crazy. There's been a lot of running to and from the bank and sitting at the computer. Yeah, honey. Yeah, we're gonna get out in a minute. Just dealing with stuff from Kyle's car accident and buying a new car. So we had to get that all taken care of, and it's been crazy because my parents were just here, now they're gone back home. And then this morning, Kyle and Jax left for Arizona. So it's just me and Benji. But I have not edited a video in at least a week. So we got to get on that today, but I'm not feeling great. I'm just so worn out. I am looking forward to going home after our stop right here and relaxing for pretty much the rest of the day as far as I can remember. I think I'm going to have to go back to the bank because I forgot to take cash out. But that is because tomorrow is Rhinebeck, New York State Sheep and Wool. Well, it's tomorrow and Sunday. And I think we're going tomorrow. Benji and I are going up. I haven't checked the weather. I'm just playing it by ear and deciding what day we're going, depending on how I'm feeling. I would rather go tomorrow and get it done. But if I'm not feeling great, I'll probably wait till Sunday. So, yeah, I don't have a Rhinebeck sweater. I have a cardigan I can wear with no buttons. So one of my tasks is to shop for buttons tomorrow. But my Rhinebeck sweater doesn't fit. I knit this sweater, I'll show you later, twice, I think. And it's still, I don't remember why I ripped it out the first time. Oh, I didn't like how the colors were coming out. I changed my colors. And now it doesn't fit. It fits my body, but it doesn't fit, like the yoke isn't deep enough for me. And the neckline is way too big. And I know my gauge is off in the colorwork section at the top, so we'll talk about that all later. But anyway, we might be doing some sweater surgery so that I can have a sweater for tomorrow. And I might delay Rhinebeck by a day just so I can have a sweater. We'll see. Anyway, right now we are somewhere in Nassau County. You tired, Benji? Yeah. Well, we're in Nassau County right now. We are at a location to pick up the things that I purchased during a consignment sale last month, a virtual consignment sale, mostly kid stuff, but some things for me as well. We're going to go grab those. I sell at this event frequently when I have things to get rid of, but I didn't have enough to get rid of to sell this time, and I'm not organized enough right now to do that. So I just shopped, so I'm picking up our purchases. And Benji fell asleep in the car on the way home, and I'm going to show you. He fell asleep and his head was like this. So I wasn't sure if he was sleeping or if something was wrong. So I was like, Benji, get up. Put your head up. Benji. I was like, Benji, what are you doing? He goes, I'm sleeping. And then I said, okay, just lean your head back. And he fell back asleep. But he woke up, of course, the moment I turned my camera on. So now we're going to go in and get our stuff. Ooh, there's someone that's got some stuff. For anyone who doesn't know, Jax has a peanut allergy. So every time he goes away, we buy a jar of peanut butter. And every peanut candy I can think of that I can't have normally when he's around. I love peanut butter and jelly. If you see me at Rhinebeck and you have a peanut allergy, don't come near me. Hey guys, it is now Friday evening. It feels so much later than it is. I do not feel well today. I just feel really run down. It's been a hectic, chaotic week, and I haven't been sleeping enough. So I think I've just kind of worn myself out, and I've got a little bit of a head cold. And so I am not going to Rhinebeck tomorrow after all. I will hopefully go Sunday, but I don't even know about that right now. So right now I am getting ready to watch some reality TV and knit in bed. I haven't knit all day. I barely got a few stitches in yesterday. Didn't knit at all. Well, I did knit, I guess, technically Wednesday night when I was at my class that I was teaching. But yeah, it's been a very light knitting week for me. Busy otherwise week. So I wanted to talk about my Rhinebeck sweater, possible Rhinebeck sweater. So this is my, I think it's pronounced Torbellino. I can barely speak as it is right now, and now I'm trying to say a Spanish word that I have no idea how to say. I didn't learn Spanish in school. I took Italian, so I always want to pronounce this sweater Torbellino. And it's not that, because it's got the double L, which I know does not make an English L sound. So I don't know if Torbellino is the right way to say it, but that's my best guess. Anyway, the sweater is by Kristen Janik of MediaPeruana Knits, and it has been like my dream sweater for years. I have wanted to make this sweater so bad, and was waiting to find the perfect yarn. And then in 2019, Shanna of Lambstrings posted the sneak peek for her Rhinebeck 2019 limited edition colorway. I don't know if this is a colorway she offers now or not, but it was like her Rhinebeck color for that year. And it was Spook Rock Road. And this is actually not bad of a showing of it. This is a little brighter looking on the screen because I have like weird lighting in my room. I'm in bed already. This was on her Utopia DK. Lambstrings is my favorite dyer, so I had to get this. So I've got I want to say 5 or 6 skeins. I knew I wanted to make a sweater with that color, and I didn't know what sweater, although I think I was thinking of maybe this sweater. I don't remember at all. Let's just not even try to think about it. I bought more skeins than I needed because I've actually knit the whole sweater, and I still have a whole skein untouched, and I have some leftovers here too. So Torbellino has a contrast color collar, and then some, I don't know if you would call it like a lice stitch. My brain is not working. I'm going with like a sort of like a lice stitch look to it in the yoke, and then with the contrast color, and then the cuffs and the bottom hem are done in the contrast color as well. So this is mine. And I do love this color, and I do love how it knit up. But it doesn't fit me. It is, like my pajama shirt, I cut the neckline off because I don't like things on my neck. So that's why this sweater is great, except that when I wear this sweater, it is like out like this. And that's just not sustainable for walking around Rhinebeck with a backpack or a purse and bags. And in my case, I'm probably going to be chasing Benji or have him on my back, I'm sure, at some points in the baby carrier. So it's just way too wide. And I don't know what it is because I got gauge on the body. I am too tight in the yoke. I know that. And I did even go up a size needle in the yoke. So I don't know why it's so wide. I don't know if I did something wrong or whatnot. But yeah. So anyway, the first time that I knit this sweater, I got probably past the armholes. I did the collar. I did all this with the contrast color. Worked my way down, whatever. Fine. I hated it because this color, let me show it. This color is Lambstrings Pavement. Shanna helped me pick this out at a trunk show to go with my Spook Rock Road. And I do think they look amazing together. But the speckles in this make it not pop against this in this little tiny lace stitch. So most of the color work that I was doing was getting completely lost. So what I actually wound up doing was going to Wool2Dye4 and buying some of their plain DK. I have a feeling it is a very similar or the same base as what Shanna uses because it feels exactly the same and it has the same yardage. So it's just plain, undyed, white, natural color. So what I wound up doing my second go round was contrast color main color and the, I'm calling it the lace stitch, but I don't know if it actually is. This section here I did actually with this white instead of with the contrast color of Pavement. It is, yes, it is called Pavement. So I actually really love how it came out. I just wish it fit. So what I'm thinking of doing, and I chatted with my knit night about this a few weeks ago, and I have not done it. And I don't know if I'm going to do it. We'll see what winds up happening. But I was thinking of recasting on the collar, smaller. I'm going to go like down at least one size, tweaking to get some extra stitches in here. The crazy part is going to be, so I'm going to reknit the yoke, and then I think I'm going to cut this yoke off and graft it back together. I'm a little crazy, I think. But it's better than reknitting the whole sweater. And worst case, I can just reknit the body of the sweater if it doesn't work out. But hopefully not. So what I actually did in this was I did do helical knitting. I always do it with hand-dyed yarn now because I do not like when you can see where the color changes. So what I actually did was I had 3 different skeins of the main color going at the top. And then I wind up using one of them for one sleeve. I don't remember if I alternated on the sleeves. I might not have alternated on the sleeves. So I did one skein here, one skein here. And then I continued alternating with the 2 skeins down here. I would just join in a second skein again. So I think what I'm going to do now is go cast on and give it a shot and see what happens. I don't know what cast on I used, if that was just too loose, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably not really in the best mental state right now to be doing this because I feel like my brain is barely functioning. So thankfully I sat and looked at the instructions yesterday, I think it was. I couldn't find my notes from the first time that I knit this sweater, so I'm just kind of winging it. So I know what size needles I used because I had that in my Ravelry project page, and I know I know that I was knitting a medium, which kind of shocked me. But I know I was knitting a medium because I counted the cast on, like how many stitches were in my ribbing. And that shocks me because I recently lost some weight, and my bust size right now is a 43. The medium size is a 42 1/4, and in the sample pictures, Kristen is wearing it with 3 inches of positive ease. So that's negative ease now, and I've just lost weight, so I think my bust size went down like 1 inch. So I think what I might have done was use my upper bust, which is 40 inches. The very first time I knit this sweater, I was trying to make the front a different size than the back, and that was a whole hot mess too. I'm pretty sure I went with the upper bust size, so that way if I had been around a 40, the 42 1/4 would be some positive ease, but not too much. So it would wind up being snug on my chest and then give me the positive ease everywhere else. Don't know if that's going to be flattering or not, but I'm still going to go with the medium, but I'm going to cast on the small, the size small. I'm going to cast on for the size small, follow those instructions a little bit, and then I'm going to throw in an extra increase round to bring me up to the stitch count for the medium before starting the color work. That's what I was going to do. The other thing is I think I'm going to make the collar a little wider. This is only, I think, 3 rounds, and I think I would just like something a little bit more substantial. All right, so now I am going to go rest and knit a little bit. I will probably get through like just the first, just the ribbing, and then be like, I'm going to sleep. It's 8:27 right now, and I could pass out right now and go to sleep. Probably because I've been up since I got up at 6:30, but I was awake from like 4:30 to 6 o'clock. So yeah, that's not fun. And also I realized I usually have a second cup of coffee in the afternoon, and I didn't today because I don't even remember if I mentioned this now. there was something leaking under my car today after we went to the consignment sale to pick up our goodies. I came back out to my car to get the bags a little while after we got home, and there was a wet spot. And like, not just a wet spot, because I wouldn't see a wet spot from outside the car if it's right under the car, but it was trailing and dripping out from under my car. And I'm like, I cannot drive to Rhinebeck tomorrow with a car that's not working. My car just went to the shop the other day on Wednesday for an oil change, and it was making a funny noise, and the mechanic said that the power steering was low. The power steering fluid was low. So he topped it off. So I'm wondering, is this like a really bad leak that I'm having and it's going to be low again? Or I really thought it was something to do with the power steering fluid. Because everything else should theoretically be good. We've changed the thermostat on this car and the alternator and the battery and the brakes and the rotors. So all those things should be just fine. But, you know, yeah, so this puddle under my car was very concerning. And I moved my car out of the driveway into the street, and I checked the puddle with a tissue, and it was clear and didn't have a smell. And I know that my dad had told me, because we were worried about the power steering fluid a while ago. We've topped it off a couple times, so it definitely, I feel like it's leaking somewhere anyway. But I'm pretty sure he said it's very corrosive. So I didn't think that this could be it, but maybe it was. I thought power steering fluid was red, and my dad did confirm that it is usually red. He said maybe if it was straight from the dealership, it would be clear. I don't know this stuff. So I moved it into the street, and then I opened the hood. I don't see anything. The power steering fluid it's not low or high. It's like right in between the two lines. So I'm laying on the ground. I'm trying to look under it. I'm videotaping because my dad I'm like the equivalent in my dad's mind. I'm the equivalent of a hypochondriac when it comes to cars. Every little noise and thing, I think there's something wrong. Because theoretically, your car should not be making noises, right? So yeah, something's usually wrong. And my dad usually just tells me no, nothing's wrong. And then eventually something breaks that if he'd just listened to me from the beginning, it might have been fine. Anyway, so I'm taking videos under my car of the drip from the passenger side, from the driver's side. I'm laying in the street doing this, also barefoot because I didn't put shoes on. But so I was showing him where it was dripping from, and he's looking under the engine, looking under the car, maybe do this and that with the car while he was checking it, run the car off. He checked my antifreeze, everything. And so he told me he thought it was just water. Just water. It was raining this morning, earlier this morning. I had my windshield wipers on for 5 minutes of my drive. And there were, I'm sure, puddles. And he thinks that there was just water, sitting on maybe a tray. I don't know what to call it. The plastic parts under the engine that I guess kind of protect it. He thinks that there was water sitting on that, and when I parked in the driveway, it was probably just kind of at enough of an angle that the water was dripping off. That's all. That's all it was. Unless he's just telling me this again to shut me up. And if my car breaks down on the way to Rhinebeck, we know who to blame. Anyway, that's where my day went. I wasn't home to do any knitting. I was at my dad's, and then we decided to get dinner together. And then by the time I got home, it was time to put Benji to bed, basically. I let him watch a little TV and then off to bed. But he was very awake still. So now it's 8:30, and I am going to go knit and pass out. Oh, anyway, that whole story was... So, yeah, we were out, and I didn't bring my coffee to my dad's with me. So by the time I got home, it's already after dinner. I'm not going to have coffee now. So that's it. Maybe that's why I'm so tired. I don't know. But I feel like I can barely keep my eyes open. And I'm going to go try to knit a little bit and watch some reality TV and pass the F out. Good night, guys.